Welcome to today's show. Today we're starring Victor Frankenstein, and he'll be talking about his creature that he has made. What allowed you to tell Walton your story about life?
Well, what allowed me to tell Walton about the story that I created and the monster I made was the fact that his men had just rescued me, and if they had not rescued me, I'd be dead. And that his men were about to make an encounter with the monster because they were going after to kill him because I could no longer attempt to kill him and free myself from the debt that I'd put on by making him.
And why did you decide to create life?
When I made the final decision to create life, I was so intrigued by the science of how things worked together, all the nerves worked, all the veins would work together, that I couldn't bring myself to not keep going and make this monster.
What withheld you from killing the monster as soon as he gained life?
Well, there's quite a few things. One of them would be the fact that as soon as I gave him life, he became extremely strong, and he was pretty ugly too, but hey, whatever. And even if I had decided to try and destroy him, I would have failed because he had so much strength that he would have destroyed me, and the monster was just so amazing that he was walking around, and I was astonished that I had created someone that could do that.
Why did you decide to make a mate for the monster? And then what possessed you to destroy it?
I decided to create a mate for him because he had threatened that everything he had been through, he'd been shot, he'd been stabbed, he'd been beaten by all these people, and that everything he had been through, he would take revenge on me and everyone I loved until I made a mate for him so he could have a friend and not be so lonely. And I decided to destroy her, his mate, because what would have happened had I made her and she looked better than he did, and she didn't think he looked good, and she decided to love a human and not a creature like him. And I didn't want to have to deal with her destroying people too, so I decided to destroy her.
Well, how did you feel and react when you saw your best friend Henry had been killed by the monster?
When I saw that my best friend Henry Clerval had been killed by the monster, my gut sank. I was so appalled. I knew what had killed him, and I could see the hand marks around his throat from how the monster had strangled him. And I just became sick, and I didn't understand why these townspeople had accused me of killing him, but I couldn't tell them what had really done it.
Now, what were your thoughts when the monster killed Elizabeth?
My thoughts when the monster killed my wife Elizabeth, there's no words. I just wanted to kill him. I have nothing to say other than he was an idiot, and I just want to kill him.
Now, how could you withhold all the secrets, not only from Elizabeth, but also from everyone else in your family that you loved?
All the secrets that I kept from Elizabeth and everyone else that I loved and cared about, I kept them away from what was going on due to the fact that if I told them that I'd created a monster, they probably would have thought I was crazy and a psycho and not believed me. And just the fact that if I had told them, then how do we deal with the monster? So I just figured it would be better if I'd kept it away from them and tried to deal with it by myself.
Well, that was good.
It was.
Have a nice day.
You too.